Good morning, y'all. This is Darrell with the Black Community Advancement Project. And I know that a lot of people have been wondering why, uh, with all of this coronavirus and the scare and these curfews being imposed and all these other things that's going on right now, or not just why we haven't posted a video or said anything about it. Um, and they want to know, like, more importantly, why, not just why, but what our stance on this whole situation is. And um, I want to say that I really don't have much to say about this whole corona situation because um, I try not to talk about things that I don't know directly about, especially to the masses. I may have my own opinions on things, but I try not to give information out that I don't know too much about. I don't work for the CDC or any of those things. I do believe that there are more things at play here, um, but I'll leave that to others to decipher. And like I said, if you follow me on my Facebook page or any of that, I have posted little things here and there, but I try to really stay away from getting in the theories and whatnot about it when it comes through the community, excuse me. However, what I will say, and the Black Community Advancement Project stance on this is a perfect opportunity for all of those out there to reflect on your life and reflect on what it is that you want in your life and where you're going. Right now, you're being taken away from all of your outside distractions, especially with the curfew being imposed. A lot of people, uh, granted, a lot of working people and a lot of us are already in the home at those times that these curfews is being imposed and whatnot. But with everybody going crazy with buying tissue and all of this other, ridiculousness, I think this is a perfect opportunity to sit down and to reflect, like, what it is you're doing with your life and where are you going, and how are you preparing yourself, for the future. A lot of people are, I know, are restaurant workers, and a lot of those jobs have been shut down right now. So a lot of people's hours have been cut. Some people have outright lost their jobs, and because of that, their finances are going to be affected dramatically. That is something that we need to uh, be aware of, and then figure out, okay, how can I prevent this from happening down the line? Regardless of a government shutdown or curfews or stocking issues as far as with stores or layoffs. You want to be prepared for these things. How are you going to use this to your advantage? Because there is an opportunity amongst all of this chaos, right? There's opportunity in the midst of this chaos, okay? And that's what we should be looking at, right? Not being fearful and waiting on the government or someone else to come to come be our saviors. No, we need to be our own saviors within ourselves and within our own lives, right? So gather this time with those around you that you care for and those around you that you guys have some type of mutual benefit, right? And come together and figure out what it is that you could be doing to prepare yourself and to be fortified against something like this happening down the line, or something worse happening, because we know usually these things happen in stages, and that the next thing that happened may be even worse than this one. So without going too deep into the current issue, looking more so at our current situation for ourselves, financially, physically, mentally, emotionally, you know, how are you prepared right now? How are you preparing your family, right, to not only get through this, but to be fortified for future situations? And that's really what the Black Communities Advancement Project stand on this whole issue is. Okay, we're not gonna get caught up in the, the chaos. We will not be moved by fear of what is not going to be provided for us, because we're going to provide it for ourselves, right? We're going to find ways. We're going to utilize our community. We're going to come together at this time. That is what is most important right now, right? Use this time to come together. That time that you're spending at home, spend it with your family. Get closer to your significant other, your children. Devise plans. That's something that I'm gonna be doing with my own family. Devising these plans, in case of emergencies. Getting to know each other, even better than we already do. But come together, get to know your neighbors, get to know those people that are closest to you, your loved ones, like I said, and those that you find that you can have some mutual benefit in, whether that be some type of business associate, co-worker, or whatever the circumstances are. You need to start building up your community, right? Black Community Advancement Project, right? So we're about this community thing, and I'm trying to get you guys to understand that this isn't the time for us to be fighting each other over tissues or any of that nonsense. And then it'll get worse. It'll be gas. There'll be other things that people are going to be going hectic over. This is the time to come together and figure out how to best make your community stronger. And we're stronger together than we are apart. This division, right, needs to be utilized to our benefit, right? So don't allow the separating of not being able to socialize out in public, not being able to be out past certain times, to divide you. Use that as an opportunity to come together. And actually, I hope people start realizing the importance. And this is just a little side note, but I think that it's very, very important that we start realizing the significance of being able to socialize, right? We're so caught up in our smartphones and our tablets and so on and so forth, and work and whatnot, that we forget how to actually interact and socialize. So people are not socializing the way that they should, right? So now you're seeing the value and you're seeing the importance of being able to gather in large groups and be around each other. And the interacting is not just being around somebody. It's the speaking, the touching, the laughing, that back and forth, that it's like kinetic energy. We need that vibe, those vibrations. We need that as a whole, and we now are being separated from that, and people are kind of in an outrage over it, and they should be, but also feel that same outrage, right? Feel that, or have that same, intense energy when you are able to now gather again. All right. So, again, the Black Community Advancement Project position on this whole situation is to utilize it to your advantage, and to come together and to figure out a way to fortify yourselves against this for the future. Utilize this time to do some research, find something that, or get a project done that you've been wanting to get done. Now you have that little bit of extra time to do it. You know what I mean? Utilize that time to better yourselves and to, strengthen your relationships with people, all right, and with your community. Peace. I love y'all. It's always power to the people, and that's never gonna stop. It's always power to the people, and we here to uplift, encourage, and help each other prosper. There's no need for it to be lonely at the top. All right.